COMSOL Multiphysics, Lecture 11, Flow Simulation. Part 1, Water flow through a pipe. And this is the volume of water built in SolidWorks. And we save the model and make sure that the software, CAE software, is open, is loaded. So this is the software, or we can add on fast drop-down menu, add in, and load the software. Now we'll use LiveLink to connect both softwares. So LiveLink is on, so we can open a COMSOL procedure. And we'll use a 3D model and open a fluid flow, single phase flow, laminar flow. We can choose turbulent flow if the flow is fast, but in this case I'll use a very slow flow, so it will be a laminar flow. And I'll choose stationary, static flow. For the first step, I'll load the software from SolidWorks. So I finished with the first step, geometry. The second step would be material, and I right-click the mouse and choose a material from the library, water, and make sure that geometry is connected to the material. For the third step, I'll choose a coarser mesh to save time. In flow simulation, make sure that the mesh is coarse in your practice to save time. For the fourth step, boundary condition, the inlet property in the inlet surface will be mass flow rate of 0.005 or 5 cc, 5 milliliter of water per second through this surface. And for the outlet, I'll choose the surface on the right, and it is a pressure outlet. The 0 here means it is an atmosphere pressure, not a 0 pressure. It is a 0 relative to the atmosphere, so it is 1 atmosphere pressure, or the ambient pressure. So I finished with the fourth step, and by this time I have already completely defined the problem and finished with the preprocessor. For the study, this is a stationary study, so I don't have to define time steps or total time for it. So I simply compute the procedure. And the result will have pressure distributions and velocity distributions shown in different graphs of different modes. For the velocity distributions, it is a sliced plot. You can choose, for example, 3 slides and drag these bars, so you can place the slides anywhere in the plot. And for the pressure, it gives me surface plot, and by default it is a uniform line, so I can display the surface in other modes. You can play with all the other options, for example color scheme, and also the different formats of the plot. And you can also tap the numbers of the result, but I'm not going to do that right now. So in COMSOL flow simulation, the steps are similar to those in static analysis. The 6 steps. The first step will be the geometry, and the geometry will be loaded from CAD systems. And the second will be the material. And the third step is meshing. And the fourth step is defining the inlet and outlet properties and solve for the study, and then get the result of pressure and velocity. You can also print other plug groups. Okay, so this will be the water flow through pipes problem, and it's the first problem of flow simulation in COMSOL.